That's what can be found on the menu. So we are clicking on the dashboard, that's the very first menu, then it welcomes us. This is an environment where we are going to be very creative. This is very minimalistic, okay, for now. This is very minimalistic. This house is undertaking a track competition, a story writing competition, okay? So on the portal, we are introducing a writing process that will teach you or take you through the fundamental, the process in writing. Very simple steps. It's about 5 steps. Okay. Now, when you want to be part of the writing competition, you will have to read and download the guidelines. There are guidelines to this particular competition. All right. Good. We have a literature radio. That will be podcasts of good. Let's just enter into the track competition guidelines. Good. When you, this is very important. Okay, this gives you all the requirements that you need to execute a very seamless story writing process. Now, these are the guidelines. These guidelines, you need to show these guidelines to your parents, okay? So that they go through to understand the terms and conditions that comes with these guidelines. All right, the rules, so that you will not deviate from the course, okay? After that push spread, you now can go ahead to submit your competition. The submission is also very, very simple. Yeah, on clicking, there's a pop-up screen that appears. You enter. It's not too visible here, but I think you'll be able to see it clearly when you demonstrate it yourself. Okay, you can select your file. After writing it, you can digitalize it. You can scan it if it's written with pen. You can type it and upload it onto this portal. Okay. Now, you go ahead to read the consent form. This is very, very key because of legal issues, okay? Your parents must consent to this particular form before you submit it. If not, you submit it, but it wouldn't go anywhere. All right, so your parents will fill in this, type their names, consent to everything that is going to be agreed. Then you can go back to submit. Now, this what happens. When they send this, this house will receive a copy of it. And when they receive it, they'll process it behind the scenes. All right. Good. So when you submit your work, we are going to marry the two. Okay. And make sure that it tallies with yours. Then you can enter the competition. Alright. Now, when this is done, you exit this pane. Good. We have another portal within the same dashboard called the Kids Hall. Here we are trying to introduce games into activities. I'll further talk about this. Okay. These games are custom made for learning purposes. All right. This helps to build your cognitive skills. If I say cognitive skills, I mean your mental capacities and abilities. All right. So games like this are very educative. We are going to have about 100 plus of these games there. All right. So when you sign up and you are bored, you can be testing yourself with these games on the portal. There are several of them that have been placed there for your consumption and for learning purposes. Okay. Now, when we move downwards, we have a very interactive system that we have developed also. This teaches us a lot of stuff. What this does is that it wants to involve you, the student or the kid, in manipulative skills for you to be able to learn real-world scenarios and simulations. Okay? So over here you see something called Skyline. Skyline. You, as a student, you are going to build You are going to be an engineer to build the best barrier. Okay? So you are going to act as an engineer. The architects have already implemented systems. You are going to add on and build your own skyscrapers. We have others like the solar systems. We have whole vast of biology. Animations also there to help you. Okay. So this is a demonstration of it. Now you can read and understand that skyscrapers are created by architects and engineers. And this teaches you and tells you that if you want to build, this is how you do. This section takes care of all blogs and articles that are being written. Okay? This house writes blogs and articles to feed to the world. So that when you search a particular subject area on Google, you can be directed to this to read more. Students that we have here can also write articles, very short ones, 100 words, 150 words, and submit to this portal, okay? And that can also be published on your behalf. Your name will be credited under this particular publication. All right. You can have thousands and millions of articles on this blog system. Hello? Are you following? Yeah? All right. Now we have a shop. This shop showcases the books that our authors have completed and written. Okay? So you can see that we have Peggy's book there. We have Samantha. We have Mami Adwa. If I got the name right. We have so many of you. I mean, your works published here. Okay. We have free ones and we have some that are being sold on your behalf by CCE Publishing. Okay, so this is how the shortcut looks like. All right. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? So you can go on there, download the free copies and read. Okay. That should encourage you to also write more. All right. So, okay. So we are getting to the very end of it. Now what I want you to do, if you have an email, you can subscribe to the newsletter of this system, okay? So that you can be receiving updates as and when they are made ready. All right. Good. 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 So this is a very short presentation. I tried as much as possible to just make it 10 minutes, even though I feel it's quite lengthy. All right. Now, good. My last section of this presentation, I cannot show you and present this house to you without telling you how important e-learning is to yourself. Okay? So let me run you through this quickly. The very first benefit or importance of e-learning is interactiveness and engaging learning. All right. Now, we have multimedia content and then we have multimedia content within the e-learning space. All right. If I say multimedia content, I mean video, text, graphics, animation, and all that. Here, tailored for kids. I want us to imagine things as kids. I want us to imagine things. Okay. How many of you have played this game? Candy Crush. Let me see my hands there. Wow. Wow. Okay. How many of you know about the solar system? When I was young, they said the solar system, we had 9 planets. Now I hear they discovered more. I don't know how many planets we have now. Okay, so let's imagine this. The solar system, we all know, have an idea of what the solar system is. Okay? Now, you want to learn about the solar system using this e-learning system. You go on there, we show you the planets in animation. Because in real life, you can never see the planets, how they look like even in the classroom. Hello? So I want us to imagine it. You see it in animation, you are seeing all the planets. Then you see a planet called Jupiter. Alright? You click on Jupiter, Jupiter pops up and shows you the stormy environment of Jupiter. Okay? And as you are looking at it, you are hearing sounds of storms coming up. Alright? Then you ask yourself, why so stormy stuff around Jupiter? You start asking yourself real life questions. Okay? This is what multimedia content says. It makes you, it puts you into the learning, and not by you just hearing it, but you involving yourself and feeling it. Okay? This enhances your learning ability. Okay, gamification. So this has to do with the Candy Crush I spoke about. I want us to imagine another scenario. Candy Crush players, let me see your hands, please. Good. Whenever you are playing the game, you move some candies or some blocks to expose some characters, right? Then you crash them, right? Good. What happens? Anytime you try to do that, you find it very difficult to do that, right? But anytime you are able to accomplish it, you get points. Hello? Those of you who have not played it, just imagine it, okay? You get points. And these points will allow you to move into levels. And it makes it very exciting and wants you to do more, okay? You can stay on it for several hours and it's very addictive. And you'll be learning as well. But I'm not saying that Candy Crush is what you have to be learning. Alright, I'm saying that e-learning systems can be built in a way that you cannot stop learning it. Alright? Personalized learning, adaptive learning. Now this is what it means. We have kids that have different learning styles. Okay? Different learning styles. Now, we can tailor e-learning systems to be able to take care of kids who adapt quickly, who can learn faster. Alright? So, in that way, the more you're answering questions, alright, and you're getting it correct, we'll be giving you more difficult questions. But when you realize you are getting them wrong, we give you softer questions. So that has to do with it. Okay? Individualized feedback. With e-learning, your teacher will not tell you that tomorrow come for your class test result. No. With e-learning, when you are done with answering your questions, instantly you receive your result. Instantly you receive your result. Okay. And let me add something to the individualized feedback. Now, when you receive your result and you pass, you answer correctly. The results will give you explanations to your correct answer and tell you that yes, you are correct and even give you more clues to it. When you get it wrong, the system will not tell you or praise you for your wrong, will help you to what? Learn the right thing. So it will tell you wrong, but it will give you explanations to the right answer for you to unlearn the wrong to learn the right thing. Hello? Yeah. Flexibility. You can can learn this anywhere, very convenient, okay? So you can be in your kitchen, your mother's kitchen, but you don't need to disturb her. When she's cooking, you can be learning something. When you are sitting in the hall, you can be learning something. When you are in the porch outside, you can be learning something, okay? So that has to do with learning anywhere and everywhere. Self-paced learning, all right? This also has to do with the flexibility. You can learn at your own pace. You can decide to learn, break, go and eat wachi, and come. Your mom will tell you to come and wash dishes. You can pause it, go and wash the dishes, come back, and continue. Okay? You can decide that this whole week you are traveling. You are traveling with your mother to Hawaii. You can go, come, and continue at your own pace. That's one benefit of it. Now, you have access to a wide range of resources. If I say that we have diverse learning materials that you can learn. Okay. Now, I mentioned resources, I mentioned library. The very first day I came here, I was introduced to the library. That is good. There are very fantastic books there, okay? With e-learning, you can have libraries, resources, books from executive, young executive school library, this particular school library, and other schools library, all in one place. All right, you can have books from all libraries in schools around the world for you to just choose from. Okay. Now, global learning opportunities. Sir Chris can teach you on this platform. Likewise, myself. I'm not teaching here, or I'm from a different institution. I can also teach you. You can have other educators from different places, giving you diverse knowledge. All right. So this has several benefits. All right. Now, skill development, digital literacy. If I say digital, please, do you understand digital? You understand digital? Okay, many don't understand. But digital literacy means, let me break it down, how to use computer systems. How to use computer systems. So you will develop how to use computers, you develop how to properly use computers. Let me put it that way. In a very kid-friendly manner, how to also use mobile phones, all right, to learn, okay? Now, critical thinking and problem solving, all right. I made mention of Candy Crush. Candy Crush. Candy Crush is a problem solving kind of game. Now, you have to be able to complete a stage before you move to the next. Anytime you attempt that, all right, you are developing your critical thinking. All right? That is one importance of what e-learning does. So if I give you a mathematical problem, let's imagine one thing. After this, I only have one slide, then I go. Let's imagine another. We are learning mathematics, okay? And that we have a puzzle. The puzzle is you are a detective. You have to solve some mathematical questions before you are able to catch a thief. All right? So you are a policeman in a day. You have to solve some mathematical questions before you catch a thief. Now, any mathematical question that you solve, all right, you solve correctly, gives you a next clue to where the thief can be found. All right? So until you finish solving all these mathematical questions correctly, you cannot catch the thief. And I know you'll be so excited and eager to catch the thief, right? Hello? Would you like to catch a thief if you're a policeman in a game? In that way, you enhance your critical thinking and problem solving skills. Hello? Okay. This is the last slide, so I'll run through quickly. Learning needs. Learning needs. I've had the opportunity to learn special education before, so I understand what learning need is very well. We have some kids who can't see small letters in a book. All right? E-learning platforms, some have text-to-speech features that on clicking the word pronounces itself for you. Okay? So that if you can't see properly, you can still learn along. Hello? Hello? Yeah. So that has to do with that learning needs, equal opportunities. We have kids who are not as privileged. You remember we just watched this video and our madam was talking about she being at Huawei and didn't have the opportunity to get clothing, school uniforms. Okay, we have kids who don't have opportunities to quality teachers like what you have. Okay, now e-learning makes it possible for them to also benefit. So these quality teachers teaching you will teach on this platform, and the kids in the village can also learn from them to become great future leaders. Okay. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.